So, what if I told you that getting rich isn't about luck or talent or even scrimping and saving, but that it's an exact science, just like algebra? I know, it sounds pretty out there, right? But that is the massive claim made way back in 1910 by Wallace D. Wattles in his book, The Science of Getting Rich. This thing is a practical manual that's been influencing people for over a century. So let's crack it open and see what this so-called scientific path to wealth is all about.
All right, so right off the bat, Wattles tackles this huge philosophical hurdle that a lot of us probably think about. He gets right to the point and asks a question that so many people struggle with. Is it actually okay to want to be rich? Is that a noble goal or is it just greedy?
And his answer? He doesn't mince words at all. He basically says that wanting to be rich is really about wanting a richer, fuller, more abundant life. And you know what? He thinks that desire is praiseworthy. For him, it's not about greed. It's about wanting to fully develop your mind, your body, your soul. Being able to buy the books, travel, have the experiences you need to grow, that's a natural and even a noble part of being human.
Okay, so once he gets that moral question out of the way, Wattles just drops his central claim. And let me tell you, it's a bold one. It's the big idea that his entire book is built on.
He says, with total and complete confidence, that getting rich is the result of doing things in what it calls a certain way. Think of it like a recipe. It's a specific method of thinking and acting that, if you follow it exactly, is guaranteed to make you rich, with, get this, mathematical certainty.
And this really puts it into perspective. Just look at this. On the left, you've got all the usual suspects, right? The common reasons people think they can or can't get rich. Your environment, whether you have a special talent, how much you save. But Wattles, he basically throws all of that out the window. He says the real cause is over on the right. It's all about a certain way of thinking and acting. For him, the method is the cause, and the wealth, well, that's just the effect. Simple as that.
Okay, now this is where we're going to take a little detour into the metaphysical. I mean, to really get this certain way, you first have to wrap your head around Wattles' view of the entire universe. It's all built on this one single, pretty fascinating concept.
He calls it the original substance, or, my favorite, the thinking stuff. The idea is that everything, and I mean everything in the universe, from the stars in the sky to the phone in your hand, is made from one single, formless, intelligent substance. And here's the kicker. This stuff is alive. It thinks, and when a thought is held in it, it literally produces the form of that thought. So, to build his whole science, Wattles asks you to just accept 3 fundamental ideas on faith. Kind of like axioms in geometry. You just have to take them as true to move forward. And the first one is this. There is a thinking stuff from which all things are made. One single intelligent source for the entire cosmos.
Okay, proposition number 2 builds right on top of that. A thought, when it's held in this substance, doesn't just, stay a thought. It actually impresses itself onto the substance and becomes the physical thing it represents. So a thought of an invention isn't just a daydream, it's the very first step of creation. The thought causes the thing to exist.
And finally, the third proposition brings all of this power right back to us, to you and me. Since we're thinking beings, we can create our own thoughts. So Wattles argues, if we can learn how to impress our thoughts onto this original substance, we can literally cause the things we think about to be created. This is the absolute core of his method. It basically says you are a powerful creative center.
So, that's the big theory, right? But how in the world do you actually do it? Well, the first part of the certain way is all in your head. It's about mastering how you think.
Wattles breaks it down into 3 pretty clear steps. Step 1, you have to form a crystal clear, super detailed mental picture of exactly what you want. No fuzzy, vague ideas. Step 2, you have to hold on to that vision with a rock-solid purpose to get it, and an unwavering faith that it's already yours, that it's on its way. And step 3, you have to practice gratitude. Deep, continuous gratitude.
And let me tell you, gratitude is not just a fluffy afterthought here. For Wattles, it's absolutely crucial. Gratitude is what tunes your mind to the same frequency as this creative thinking stuff. By being truly thankful for what you already have, you're constantly focusing your mind on the best. And what happens? You attract more of the best to you. It's like the electrical wire that connects your vision to the power source.
But, and this is a big but, thinking alone is not enough. Wattles is super clear about this. This isn't some sit on the couch and wish for $1 million kind of thing. To actually bring your vision into the real world, you have to connect your thoughts with personal action. So let's see how that part works.
So acting the certain way also has three main principles. First up, act now. Don't wait for a better job or a different city. You have to do everything you can possibly do today, right where you are. Second, be efficient. This means every single action you take, no matter how small, has to be a success in itself. Pour your full power into it. And third, and this one is a real game changer, in every single transaction, give more in use value than you receive in cash value. Basically, whatever people get from you, your product, your service, it should be so useful and beneficial to them that they feel like they got a massive bargain.
This all rolls up into what he calls the impression of increase. His thinking is that every single person on the planet is looking for advancement, for more life. So when you become someone who gives more use value and who does everything successfully, you just radiate this vibe of progress, and people are naturally drawn to that. They're attracted to you because they feel that by being around you, they'll get more life for themselves too.
And that brings us to the final and maybe the most important piece of the whole puzzle. It's a fundamental shift in how you see the world, and it underpins this entire science. You've got to shift from a competitive mindset to a creative one. Look at the difference here. The competitive mind says supply is limited. It's a zero-sum game. For me to win, you have to lose. It's all based on scarcity. The creative mind, though, it says the supply is absolutely limitless. You don't get rich by taking from others. You create wealth from that formless thinking stuff we talked about earlier. You're not fighting over slices of a pie. You're baking new pies.
Your job, then, is to become a creator, not a competitor. The whole point is that you're going to get exactly what you want, but you're going to do it in such a way that when you get it, everyone else around you will have more than they had before. It's a win-win. You're not climbing a ladder and then kicking it away. You're building a staircase for thousands to follow.
So whether you look at this as deep metaphysics or just powerful psychology, Wattles' century-old guide leaves us with a really provocative question. It puts all the power and all the responsibility right in our laps. It forces us to ask, if our thoughts really can impress upon a limitless substance, what reality are you choosing to create, starting right now?